What's up, guys? Welcome back. Jackpot DFS. Gonna look at the Thursday night slate, excuse me, for the Bears and the Bucks. Gonna be interesting. Obviously, both defenses are pretty good. Tampa Bay has stepped up their game this year. Last year, they were known for stopping the run. This year, they're known for stopping both. Kind of same with the Bears. The Bears have been both for a couple years now, so should be a defensive matchup. We'll kind of look at and see who, offensive wise, could step up this game and make some differences. First, want to look at the quarterbacks. Obviously, both in play. This game's a little bit tougher than the normal. You're going to have a little bit more defense in this game. Tom Brady going to be it without some offensive weapons that he normally would have. Seen Leonard Fournette go down. We've seen Godwin go down with the injury, so kind of look at that, and he's going to be without some weapons. So we'll kind of see what we think is going to happen for tonight's contest. But first, obviously Tom Brady is Tom Brady. Can never count him out. I think he's obviously going to be more owned than Nick Foles. I'm going to jump over to the DraftKings side of things and kind of look at that more than I would the FanDuel side. Just because I think both, the only difference in FanDuel and DraftKings is you can't play defenses on FanDuel. So I think going over either one of those, just as far as what you're going to get, will kind of play for both sides. But anyway, both quarterbacks in play. Obviously, in these kind of slates, on DraftKings, it's looking like 66% owned for Tom Brady tonight, so he'll be the higher owned of the two. Although I think Nick Foles is in play, and I think Chicago is very capable of winning this game. But moving on to running backs, the guy I like the most tonight is Ronald Jones. I think the Bears are a little bit more acceptable to allowing the run game. 17th in the league right now against the run. David Montgomery is without Cohen. Their backup obviously is Pierce. I don't know that he didn't really get any snaps last game, so they kind of depended on Montgomery if they ran the ball or catch the ball in the backfield, and then they could wear him out and they could lean more on the passing game tonight for the Bears. But another guy to keep in mind, I think there's only 3 really running backs to keep in mind tonight. Keyshawn Vaughn got some play last Sunday, so you expect him to have some run tonight, even catching out of the backfield a little bit. Could possibly sneak into the end zone if he does. He's only $1,000, worth considerable play tonight if he does get some play, which I expect he will. He sneaks into the end zone. There you go. It's one of those kind of plays where you take a cheap, low salary, kind of pair him in with the other big guys, and kind of make the most of your lineup. But I do like Ronald Jones the most tonight. I'm kind of surprised to see David Montgomery kind of own more, own a little bit high. 40%, I mean, I can see that slipping up to like 50%. But Ronald Jones obviously is going to be the play tonight. 55% on. I expect him to probably get in the end zone at least once tonight. He's getting 50% of snaps, but that's probably way higher right now with Leonard Fournette out. And Keyshawn Vaughn, when he played him, he got 14% of snaps. So, like I said, sneaky upside for $1,000 play, and on DraftKings, he's probably 6,000 or something like that on FanDuel. Considerable play tonight for running backs. Moving on to wide receivers, got a lot of injury problems for Tampa Bay. Obviously, Mike Evans is questionable. Scotty Miller is questionable. Without their limited play, I expect both these guys to play tonight. It's probably going to be your best targets as far as Tampa Bay receivers. Probably leading a little bit heavier towards Mike Evans. He's seemed to be the go-to guy for Tom Brady. And obviously Allen Robinson has seen a massive amount of targets for the Bears. 13 targets, 10 targets last game. Obviously you can see the target share. And then Scotty Miller will also get some play. Looking down, Anthony Miller still considerable a target, 6,400. Allen Robinson is going to be a higher guy, but I think you can save some salary here with Mike Evans if you want to go a Tom Brady stack. Generally in these kind of stacks, you want to pair, if you're going to play a receiver, or if you're going to play both quarterbacks and a line, you want to give them a receiver to play with, to throw to, kind of correlate that together, and then kind of choose a running back or something like that. Or you could go several different ways. You could go defenses, you could go quarterbacks together, you could go running back up top, and things like that. So just things to think about. Other guys for Tampa Bay, obviously, not a whole lot to like. I mean, there's Scotty Miller, there's Tyler Johnson. I don't really. These guys aren't getting they're getting 31% of snaps. I don't see them getting a ton of play, but obviously $200 for Tyler Johnson. You get two of these guys play, and then the rest of the other receivers don't play tonight. You can obviously put them in consideration tonight. But on the Bears side, probably my two is going to be Allen Robinson and Anthony Miller. Probably not going to touch these other guys just because they're not getting a whole lot of play. They're not getting a whole lot of target share. To me, not really worth playing those guys unless you're playing multiple lines to start throws. Moving on to tight ends for tonight. Jimmy Graham has been a massive target for Foles. 9 targets, 5 targets last game. He's only going to be 25% on tonight. I think you could probably go a little higher than that because Jimmy Graham has been a pivotal target for him. Although the Bucks are pretty good against tight ends. Rob Gronkowski is obviously Rob Gronkowski. He's going to be Tom Brady's guy. He's playing 81% of snaps. He's cheaper than Jimmy Graham. In play, if you're playing Tom Brady, obviously you want to pick a guy, pair with, however you want to do that. Like I said, I've always suggested doing the $1 20 lines. It's $20. That's going to be double basically what you put on a normal line for the Millionaire Maker. Unless you're going to go crazy lines in the Millionaire Maker, I suggest doing a lineup like that. It gives you high upside, low cost to kind of get plays in there you kind of want. The next guy up, since you're going to have O.J. Howard out, is probably Cameron Brate. Consideration for him. He's going to, he hasn't played much snaps, but he's going to get more snaps now that O.J. Howard is out. They like to play a lot of 2 tight end sets, especially when they're down with their receivers. So those are guys just to keep in play. And another guy, Demetrius Harris, low dart throw, got 3 targets, 2 targets. Just something to think about. All it takes is a couple catches, and these guys pay off their price. So just something to think about. And one low guy to kind of consider is Cole Kmet. I think this guy will come on at some point this year, but 30% of the snaps. He's a big target, 6'6", got nice speed. Just something to think about. Dart throws. Kickers both in play tonight. Obviously, both these guys can kick the ball and will be in play tonight. I could see with both these defenses being so good, there'll be a lot of field goals in this game, so it wouldn't surprise me any. So I'd say both of them are in play tonight. And obviously both your defenses are in play tonight. All it takes is a couple sacks. I could see a defensive touchdown tonight from either side. Obviously the Buccaneers are favored tonight, so could be some sneaky upside to take the Bears side of things. And if that does work out, obviously you're going to shoot up the leaderboards. Obviously taking the Bears side because they're going to be lower owned of the two tonight. Favorite captains, probably like Ronald Jones at captain tonight. Probably my favorite captain of all. Moving on, another captain to think of, probably Mike Evans would be a good captain play if you're going Tampa Bay side. If you're going Bears side, probably Jimmy Graham. You can go to Allen Robinson, even to Anthony Miller if you want to save some salary, kind of get down. And then moving on, that's probably my favorite captains tonight. If you guys have any questions on YouTube, please put them in chat. I'll be open to answering any questions you guys may have. If you're trying to decide on a captain, trying to decide which way to go, obviously watch the video and kind of decide that on your own. But Twitter is also open if you guys have any questions or anything like that. I'll have a final look video out probably tomorrow, Saturday morning-ish. Try to get that out for you guys for the NFL slate. We're keeping an eye on the Titans game and the Patriots as well. Just kind of keeping an eye out for any games with Corona stuff. They had 2 more Titans players test positive this week, so that game could be moved, as well as we'll keep an eye on that other teams that's had some coronavirus issues to make sure their games are not going to be canceled. And just things to think about and keep an eye on before we make slates. And if you guys are making Thursday through Monday lines for NFL, I would just exclude those games with corona problems, just because they offer edit in lineups if you want to play any of those guys, but I would stay away from those games just until you hear some news. And then if you hear some news that those games are going to happen, then you can obviously adjust your lineups accordingly. But anyway, that's it for you guys. If you guys haven't liked and subscribed already, please do so. And then again, hope you guys have a good night and win some money. Have a good night, guys.